This is CBS.
Next on Tulsa Tonight, what impact will the closing of the Goodrich tire plant have on the town of Miami? We'll find out. After more than a dozen drownings, the Sand Springs Low-Water Dam is being destroyed. And police are searching the Arkansas River looking for a murder weapon. Those reports on the Friday night edition of Eyewitness News.
Make the spirit of Oklahoma on 6.
Live, this is Channel 6 Eyewitness News, Tulsa Tonight. With Clayton Vaughn, Bob Lozier, meteorologist Jim Giles, and Bill Teagan Sports.
Good evening, I'm Bob Lozier. Severe weather is moving into areas south and east of Tulsa, and Jim Giles is here now with the update.
I'll tell you, we've got a roaring squall line southeast and on south of the Tulsa area. Here's MAC radar, and we're looking at severe thunderstorms there. Run all the way from about Siloam Springs, Arkansas, through about Tahlequah, Muskogee, on down to the Shakota area to Holdenville. So those are all points south and east of Tulsa. Storms moving to the east at about 20 miles per hour. Muskogee, Cherokee, McIntosh, Pittsburgh counties, all under severe thunderstorm warnings.
All right, we'll look for an update in a little bit, Jim. Thank you. Good evening. B.F. Goodrich employees in Miami are being offered for information that could help police to find Thompson and her abductors. 4 people accused of tricking dozens of Tulsans in a rent mortgage scheme have been arrested in Wisconsin. Police in Germany are trying to assess the damage that may have been caused. Central Intelligence Agency is being blamed by the Soviets for that spy. And Carbide officials say that the clock is ticking tonight as the shuttle Discovery prepares to blast off tomorrow morning. And a different kind of blast was heard tonight in Sand Springs. Those stories next.
Real buttermilk biscuits baked up fresh right at McDonald's.
August 23rd, you'll have to be up by 7:30 tomorrow morning if you want to see the blast off. British Airways is launching a media controlling interest in Trans World Airlines. The financier raised his stake to 50.3% of the outstanding shares of TWA, and that's a move that gives him an apparent victory in his fight for control of the airline. A spokesman refused to discuss Icon's plans. Storms have been threatening and in cases pounding southern Oklahoma tonight. Meteorologist Jim Giles up next to tell us what's coming our way.
This fall, the spirit of America comes into your home, fresh and alive every weekday. I'm Sarah Purcell. Join me for America, new this fall on Channel 6.
Hey, what's the problem?
My car doesn't work either.
That on radar in just a moment. Let's look at current conditions. Hey, there's light rain reported at the airport. Get a load of that temperature. We're down to 76 degrees already, 94% relative humidity, calm winds, and a rising barometer, 29.93 inches of mercury as some of that cooler air moves in on Tulsa. Here's a look at the National Weather Service radar 120-mile range. This is all ground clutter around Tulsa. I'm quite sure there's some light rain mixed in with this. We notice some light to moderate rain as we look to the west, right through the Stillwater area and clear on over to the west through Enid and into the north-central parts of Oklahoma. But the heavy storms are south through east of Tulsa, and the county most affected right now is McIntosh County, the extreme northern part of Pittsburgh County. And that area is under a severe thunderstorm warning until 10:35. Those storms continue to cook up in that region. We've had a call from our spotter down around the Eufaula region, and Stan Kelly tells me they've had at least 3/4 of an inch of rain. That was about 10 minutes ago when I talked with him. It's still raining very heavily in the area with more heavy storms showing up on radar yet to the west. So it's not yet over there. Moving on up through Muskogee towards Tahlequah. Those thunderstorms have decreased in strength. Those warnings have ended. But just to the north and northeast of Tahlequah, a very heavy thunderstorm. Not as heavy as it was not that long ago, but still a heavy thunderstorm. So I'd say the area up around Cherokee County and on over into Adair County still on the fence as far as severe weather coming up. Here's the picture now. We have some cooler, drier air coming out of Canada right along this frontal zone, a narrow band of heavy clouds, obviously, a narrow band of very heavy thunderstorms just ahead of the front. Here's the way the radar looked through the evening hours, and we can see those thunderstorms kind of coming and going, jumping around just a little bit as they did some ups and downs with the radar antenna. But you can see in general the storms were moving to the east, southeast at about 20 miles per hour. Nothing severe to the west or north of Tulsa, but this squall line just to the south. And again, that runs just west of the McAllister area up through about Eufaula, especially to the west of Eufaula, just through the Muskogee area and points to the south on up through Tahlequah, Stillwell, south of Kansas, Oklahoma, up through about Siloam Springs. all along that zone and points south and southeast. If you live in that area, be advised you could have some severe weather yet over the next couple hours. Again, Pittsburgh and McIntosh counties under severe thunderstorm warning until 10:35, but those counties, Muskogee, Cherokee, and Adair County, not totally out of the woods. Temperatures in the 70s behind the front, still in the 80s out ahead of that front, dropping quite rapidly as the front moves through. Some of the temperature reports